Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be working on a Sony CDP-311 CD player, and the problem is the tray's not supposed to be opening. I went ahead and ordered a belt since it's probably the original one anyways, and I suspect this, if I'm lucky, this might be the problem. Of course it could be a bad motor, or it could be like a busted gear or something. I hope that isn't the case. Let me turn this thing on. Okay, I hear something spinning. It's like a motor spinning. And what happens if I hit the... Okay, tell the switch is working because it's stopping it. Okay, let me go ahead and open this thing up. So this is all there is to it. It's mostly just empty space. I think in order for me to get to the belt, back to our subject here, I need to first of all get the tray out. Tray's going to have to come open up, and for that I looked on the bottom already. There's some kind of a how should I call it, some kind of like an emergency exit screw, or a cam or something like that on the bottom, which you can stick a screwdriver in there, and then the whole thing will just, the whole tray, I should be able to get it out for starters. So right in this hole here, there, if you put the screwdriver in and turn in a certain direction here, you can see here this thing is, oh well, it's open. So I think I got to take this plate off here, and I notice here it's what's holding it in is you got to pull it sideways because it's got a little plastic nub there, and it's like which is locked into place, and I got to pull that back, and it seems like at an angle, otherwise I can't get this thing out. I can't show this on camera because on my small workbench this is definitely going to be a two-handed job, and I don't want to snap anything here. So by using a screwdriver here, I was able to pry up and down continuously on both sides, and now this is past his teeth already. Now I can pull this thing. Off. I just didn't want to bust it. Where those little teeth things, where those little that little nub at? Right. Get my screwdriver here. Right there. And one right here too. So you got to be careful when you put the screwdriver in there. You don't. This plastic seems, over the years, it doesn't seem as flexible anymore. It seems to get like brittler with age. You don't want to flex it too much and then snap. That's it. You can probably glue it back together, but it's not going to look that good anymore. And here you can see what I was talking about. There's a little protrusion right here. This little nub, there's two of them. And that's stopping this thing from sliding straight. That way it's got to be, like where my hand is, it's got to be bent out a little bit like this with the screwdriver, and then pushed up. Of course you don't want to bend it too much because then it's going to, this plastic gets brittle with age. It seems to break easier. So I'm still fandangling with this thing. I took out the 3 screws holding the whole assembly in. Those are really easy, just one in the back, 2 on the side. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to get this out, and I believe I figured it out. What you gotta do is it's got these, I forgot what the name of these things. You gotta push these things in at the same time, and then the whole thing will come out, and there's 2 more on the other side, because they catch right here, these teeth right here. See, now it's starting to pop loose. Now if I go here, see, and it's starting to come, this thing's starting to come off. Now I got to do it on the other side, but there's that ribbon cable right there. Now great care has to be taken not to basically mess that up, because that's probably going to be the end of your unit then. because these are like super hard to repair. So be careful around that. Or should I add often they can't be repaired and that'd be the end of the project. So I'm going to do the two on the other side now off camera. So now the moment of glory. You can see I've almost got this thing off. And that just pulled off like that. So let me put that to the side here. So now I've got even more access, but now I got to remove this thing right here, or maybe I can get to it like this, I'm not sure. Okay, well that just came out. So this is where the belt goes, and the belt is in fact missing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these gears in order to get to the belt. So that was number one. I think I'm going to go ahead and put them on top of a tissue first. So now I've got a tissue ready. I'm going to lay them on. 1, 2. Here's the belt, but first I'm going to go ahead and actually measure and write down the info in case somebody ever needs to get one of these and for some reason they can't match a model number to it. I can always give the person the info on the inside, what the inside diameter is. So let me go ahead and do that first. Now here you can see my homemade belt guide here. I determined this belt had an inside diameter of 36 millimeters and was 2 millimeters wide. So I'm going to keep that for future reference, write it down. So now you can see I got the belt on. Of course this thing here, if I wanted to, I could take this off too, but there was no reason for that. You just have to be careful you don't get the grease everywhere on the belt. Like I just got, of course, some grease on there, so I had to wipe that off. Now I'm going to put everything back together again. Now it's all coming back together again. All this just snaps into place, and the tray here, that was easy enough to put on. You just have to make sure the gear in there, the gear and the cam on the gear lines up. There's a groove underneath there, and then just put that on. And this actually, this thing here actually holds that all into place. You can see now it should be moving, is it? Oh, okay, there it is. Well, the belt's on there now, so it's not going that easy. Once you see that movement like that, then you know you should be okay. So let me tighten all this down. So I just popped in the CD. Okay, let's see if this thing works. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Okay, now we're going to try some music. I just got to put this little front plate back on, and then of course the rest of the screws. So this thing should just snap into place. No. Carefully. Okay, he thinks that it. Now let me go ahead and get a little boombox and we'll see how this sounds. So now comes the big moment.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
So I'm just going to go ahead and see if this one goes through every song. Sometimes you might have a problem where, say, it only plays it like halfway.
Oh, they're building a gallows after sun behind these bars. There's a last time.
Okay, I think that did it. So let me throw this back together. I don't think I have to film the rest of this because it's pretty self-explanatory. Um, the only thing that's kind of offbeat is I think I took the screws out for the front cover and they really didn't have to come off, so I got to put them on. And that's about it. It's enough to take this front plate off, take the three screws out that hold the whole CD mechanism, slide everything back, pull the tray out, and then take the little gears off. Of course, checking them to make sure they're not there's no broken teeth or something, you know, like somebody does something with force. And put the belt on. Do everything in reverse order. Take your time. Put it back together. In fact, those three gears, I think you really can't get them mixed up. But it might be advised to just take a picture of the way everything. Once you get them gears exposed, take a picture of everything, and that'll help a lot. So, project is knocked out. I'm not going to do anything else to it, like check any waveforms or something like that. Or the only thing I did here, not showing on camera, I did clean the lens with a little cotton swab and some alcohol, and I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, just works fine, nothing else to do. My motto, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not going to play around with it anymore. Thanks for watching.